Hey guys, right here we have EVGA G4 GTX Hybrid. This is a water cooler for GTX 1070, 1080 reference card or Founder Edition cards. It also works on if you got a 980 Ti, it works on those as well. And let's go ahead and do an unboxing on it, see what we get here. Alright, so here we get a nice cover for your graphics card. You have a just a basic EVGA Hybrid. This looks like it's LED right here, and then you will have a reference or a EVGA's provided fan. Here's the plug-in. This should all go just fine on your card. That is if you have a stock Founder Edition 1080, 1070 or 980 Ti. It works on Titan cards as well. Here's the manual. Some instructions. People said the instructions are horrible, so I never really read the instructions. Honestly, instruction looks straightforward just looking at the image, so I don't really know the whole big fuss about the instructions. If you're gonna read about it, I mean, you can just look at the image and it kind of tells you what to do, what to plug things into. See if you can see right there. See if I can zoom out. There we go. So there's the instructions. Doing this installation is straightforward. Let's see what the cooler itself looks like. Let me zoom back in. Alright, so here's the hardware. You got all the screws that you would need. Here's the pump. It comes with applied with thermal paste already pre-applied. And here's the 120mm radiator with the fan. It's already installed. So all you really got to do is take your graphics card apart and install the pump and the header on there. It's real easy, and then you have to plug in your cables. This is a 2-pin and this is a 4-pin. So it looks like a really straightforward installation. And then you have a 2-pin fan, which that seems kind of weird. There's a plenty of room. Let's see if you can, let me zoom out so you can see. Let's see. Okay, you can actually see how big this cable is. I was worried about able to put this card in the front, because I was going to use it originally to the back, but I'm thinking I can actually reach to the front, and this seems to be working just fine. I think we'll find out once I put it in the case how it's going to look and how it's going to work, but the installation looks like it's going to be straightforward. So there's that part and nothing else. That's all. You don't get any stickers. As far as the screws and stuff go, you get a few zip ties, you get a few small screws, which, I mean, your graphics card will have screws already right here. That's for your cable, the water cooling cable pass through, so that way you don't get any kinks or any kind of. But anyway, that's it. That's the unboxing of the EVGA hybrid water cooler, and there's the front cover. Or actually, it's going to be sitting, yeah, it's going to be sitting like this. So that lights up as EVGA. So I finished installing the graphics card. Everything is hooked up and done. I went and installed it right there. I mean, I could have actually done it up there or in the back, but I decided to just go ahead and pull air through into the case, and then it's pushing air out that way. And power this thing up here in just a second and see how this thing works. But yeah, here's the graphics card right there. This was 1070 Founders Edition, made by Zotac. Well, actually it was made by EVGA, but packaged by Zotac, or sold by Zotac. But now it's going to be showing EVGA Hybrid. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and power this thing up. Okay, so I can definitely hear the water in here. Alright, well, looks like it came on. Alright, I mean, everything seems to be working just fine. I'm gonna look at some terminals, make sure that the GPU is actually working. I should be expecting mid-50s with the hybrid. Alright, so I'm gonna play a little bit of game and figure out if this thing is working as it should. I don't hear any more water. I can feel the water running through it. It seems to be running through pretty fast. But yeah, I don't hear the water smooshing around anymore as I did just as I turned it on. There's definitely a airflow going through. So yeah, everything seems to be working just fine. We're gonna see what our terminals look like. Alright, so right off the back up here we can see temperature. Now that is a GPU, graphics card temperature at 34 Celsius. I'd be seeing 60, 70 up there. So I'm gonna play around and we're gonna see what it settles in. So we're gonna give it about 10-15 minutes. I'm gonna play a couple of matches of Overwatch and I'll be right back. And alright guys, so I actually just finished the match and I see it go 42 down to 40 and it's back up to 42. So it looks like around 42 is what I'm settling. This is about 8-9 minutes worth of match. So I'm actually pretty happy with this because stock Founders Edition will run around 80 Celsius, 82. So this is almost a 40 Celsius decrease. And I just see it spike up to 43, now back to 42. I'm going to do some benchmarks and see what the temperature will hold. And but yeah, this is definitely pretty awesome upgrade. Definitely worth it. All in all, it took about an hour, maybe hour and 20 minutes. Fairly easy. I mean, there's not much you can mess up. You just got to be careful. Make sure you prep yourself, get the right tools. EVGA package actually gives you everything that you need as far as graphics card parts. You don't have to go to store and get anything else. You know, you just make sure you have the tools, and it's a straightforward installation. I haven't even looked at the manual. There's really no need to look at it. You just unscrew everything. If you lose some screws, you'll get some extra screws in a package anyways. But I had a magnet plate that I made and I didn't have that issue, and I've used some screws that they gave me and I've used some of my own. Everything seems to be fine, so definitely worth the upgrade. Temperature is at 43 Celsius right this second, but I'm gonna be playing with it, so that's it. Project is done and I'm pretty happy with what I've seen so far.